Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Yo, here we go. Monday in the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Yeah. Couple more column outs here for today. People always got a problem with them HOAs.
Because they're the worst.
Yeah. So he said, my husband and I got to call them out that we think Jaybird would appreciate. So we have an HOA, and some people in our community decide every month that they don't want to pay it. Well, over the last year, the community has been racking up some bills, but since everyone isn't paying their dues, the HOA can't pay these bills off. So what does the HOA decide to do? Make the homeowners who do pay their HOA each month to pay an extra $200 a month so that the community can pay off their debts.
What?
That's bullshit, man.
So rather than making the people who have yet to pay any dues pay up, they're making all of us who do pay for them. We're not one to cause drama, believe me, but is this even legal? We need to put a stop to these HOAs.
Extra $200 a month? They can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
That's a big fee to put on to somebody.
I would quickly become one of those people who doesn't pay their HOAs.
Well,
Because
why
they're
don't
winning.
they just put a lien against the people's properties that aren't paying?
Yeah. I mean, what is the power that they have to enforce people to sign?
You don't punish the people that are doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Often it goes that way, Virginia.
Ain't cool.
Well, because they know they're going to, they can actually give the money. They're doing the right thing.
I would be like, no, I actually am not going to do it. I'm not going to pay $200 because these clowns can't pony up.
They tried to raise my rent, and I said no. They tried to raise it, I think $100, and I said I'm not doing that. I go, I'll leave, I'll move, and they totally were just trying to see if I would
Call your
do
bluff.
it. Yeah,
Calling your bluff.
Mm-hmm. Another kind of a call out here. Kaylee from Rockford, Michigan said, I'm so disappointed in your show from Friday. You guys talked about the story where the rival superintendent was dropping poos on the rival school 2 separate times, and nobody called him a pooperintendent. I'm very disappointed in every one of you.
Hey, she's right.
Yes.
Superintendent.
Many times I think of witty things like this while listening, and Virginia says what I'm thinking, but this time, nothing. Hope you can all go recharge this weekend and come back with some fiery quips. Yes, I'd actually seen somebody had left that comment, and one, I had it tip of my tongue. One, it didn't fit, and two, I kind of felt like a hack because I had seen it from someone else, and I felt like I was cheating life. So I had seen it before, but that was it. That was why. I think it was good, but it was the obvious. Pooperintendent. Got this one from Chris, said, Jaybird, I never really knew why you bashed on Jimmy Buffett so hard until I ate at Margaritaville this weekend. I've heard some horrible music, but damn, he can kill a song. Thanks, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, Buffett's never been my thing for some reason.
For a while it was. It was fun. I loved it. But I think because we had so much Buffett, I was just kind of like, now I'm revolting against it.
When we first got to town, I didn't know because I had come from Ohio, and Cincinnati's when I was in college was a big, massive Jimmy Buffett town. In fact, he dropped Cincinnati in one of his songs. It's one of his big songs. And when he tours there, he has to do like 3 shows, and he sells them all out. They even have Jimmy Buffett stores, and this was in the 90s. That's how much they loved him, because Cincinnati's like dingy and crappy, and it's cold. In the winter, it's tough. So to have bright tropical, all that kind of stuff, makes it like, oh, they love it. They celebrate it. And so when I got down here, I'm like, the whole world loves Jimmy Buffett. And then when I got down here, I think if you live in the Caribbean or in this, you're like, it's played. No, we hear it too much.
I'd rather have someone take a guitar and hit me in the nuts than to hear Margaritaville.
I mean, we can do that. We actually have a guitar.
I do like one song by Jimmy Buffett. Have you ever heard the song Come Monday?
I was going to say that. I
That's
almost
a
said
jam.
that. Yeah.
I do like that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I first got here, I listened to it a lot more, but I think within 3 years, I was really burned on Jimmy Buffett.
Fucking hate cheeseburger in Paris. I like my ketchup and tomato, or whatever the fuck he says. I hate that part.
I like fries with ketchup and tomato.
And then everyone's singing along to it, like, "Oh, this is so great." No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a buddy when I'd gone to Universal. I think it was when the kids were younger, and so Kim had taken the twins into the theme park, and my buddy Dennis and I just sat at Margaritaville to get hammered all day. And after a while, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I'm like,
It's too much.
I'm like, I want booze, but not at this price.
You were literally wasting away.
I was in Margaritaville, and it wasn't because of the booze, because of the damn music.
That's awesome.
Well, they played every hour on the hour there. And they do the whole thing where, like, they drain out the cheap-ass margarita machine because it's like that sugary green water that, is supposed to be a margarita. And then it's like a lightning storm. And all the tourists from Ohio are like going, ooh.
And I usually like that kind of shit. But when you tell me this, I get annoyed. I just don't like Jimmy Buffett.
I knew it was a problem because I was seeing my fourth storm. I'm like, all right.
That's too much margarita.
We need to go. Yeah.
Fourth storm.
When the fourth storm came up, it was about time for us to change latitudes and attitudes.
And those drinks ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least 12 minutes of Margaritaville. That sucks,
It was,
man.
yeah. It was tough. Too much for one afternoon. Luigi sent an email, said, guys, I heard your segment on the visual voicemail. I thought you'd get a kick out of this. Sometimes the visual voicemail will get confused. Below is a message left from my wife. This is what the travel agent really said was your travel itinerary, in quotes. But what the phone transcribed it to was, you're a fucking idiot.
Oh.
Be careful with these transcriptions. You call up the travel agent going, what? I'm a fucking idiot.
Cancel our trip, asshole.
Right. Yeah, so apparently it's not always that accurate. Well, I get that, man. That suggestive texting, gosh, I need to turn that off. It's so annoying. It's always just butchering everything. And mine always switches to Spanish. Why is that?
Are you doing the Spanish lessons on your phone still?
Only, but on a different app.
Maybe it hears you.
I don't
thinks
know.
that you're Spanish.
It keeps switching to Spanish. And so it's like I'll do the dictative text because a lot of times like I'm driving in the car and I've got like some people, why won't you answer me? And it's like, ugh. I'm like, so I do the dictative text while I'm, driving and I look down and it's like, yo me llamo. Yo, but I'm like, what? It's like all in Spanish. I'm like, gosh, you know what? I should just send it.
You should.
I should.
And just say, have fun with that.
Your translator back if you want to know. Engineer Keith said voicemail is a hangover from before the mobile phone era. He said, ever since I got a phone, I've hated everything to do with voicemail. It takes forever. If you miss something, you have to re-listen. And worst of all, it leaves a notification. Well, one time I switched my phone out for a new one, but instead of setting up the voicemail, I just left it unset up. I haven't had voicemail for a decade, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Oh, that's nice, man.
That is nice.
Yeah, I do. I dread the voicemail. I can't stand it.
It's weird, too. If you have the iPhone, you'll get these floating voicemails from the past that happened. That's what happened with that Aunt Ann voicemail. Mm-hmm. It had the blue button on there, and I'm thinking, did she call me at midnight on a Friday? It wasn't true.
Some of these messages just float out in the universe somewhere, and then they find their way to you long after you were supposed to pay attention to them.
Right, whatever. Yeah, what is going on with that? Got this from Denise. She said, the woman who said she doesn't believe in the afterlife and that there is a scientific answer for everything, she is absolutely wrong. There are many things scientists can't explain. The majority of what stumps them is related to life, the human body, and the universe. Scientists have no clue what the heck black holes are. They can't pinpoint what is happening in the Bermuda Triangle. They can't explain why the human body has 2 kidneys. Blah,
Not
blah,
all
blah.
of them. I'm sitting next to a cat with just one.
Mm-hmm.
I can explain that.
Yeah. Said, I actually feel terrible for her boyfriend because once you experience something that jaw-dropping and awe-inducing, and to have someone you love discredit that and not believe, you must make things so much more difficult for him. Yes, he has to pay the bills, but it would be really nice if she would just try to help him, support him, and walk him through readjusting to this earthly life.
I think for some people, they have to go through an experience, and if they don't, they're going to be a naysayer.
Mm-hmm. That was a boyfriend that kind of changed his attitude since having a near-death experience. I believe that he had passed on and came back and was a different guy. She was having a hard time adjusting to this new man.
I think that would give you total new perspective.
Fuck yeah.
Because you're like, I am not doing it right. I got to put my perspective glasses on and stop taking all this small stuff so serious.
Well, imagine going through an experience like that and then coming back and trying to take the rat race seriously.
You can't.
How could you? Mm-hmm. I mean, you shouldn't have to have a near-death experience to have that perspective.
You're right. It's just so hard to remove yourself and not get caught up in all the day-to-day just grind.
Well, they always hear these gurus talking about you want to learn to get your mind and to be able to stay in the present moment. And I think we all want to be able to stay in the now. It's such a simple concept, but it's the hardest thing for a human to do. We're always in the future thinking of what will come, or we're always in the past thinking of what was.
Yeah, it is tough to maintain perspective.
You got to be conscious constantly. And it's like brushing your teeth. You have to say, all right, I got to be in the moment. You have to remind yourself.
Yeah, it can get away from you. Absolutely. Got this email, said, hey, I wanted to mail you guys after hearing the ATS podcast. I didn't hear the whole segment, just what was mailed in about religion, so take this with a grain of salt. But it goes on to say that the mailer said something about the Bible being written over 2,000 years ago and hasn't been disproved. The reason why a book written over 2,000 years ago has not been disproved is because no one can prove or disprove faith. How do you prove or disprove if there is life after death, a mythical creator hiding in the clouds above us, or anything else? It's aggravating to know that people exist to accept one thing as 100% fact and true, but haven't spent 5 minutes Googling to find out any flaws with their logic or to confirm, without a shadow of a doubt, that they are right in some way. The thing with dementia deodorant with Virginia. And now Kevin, I suppose, they say. I think the thing that they talk about when they were referring to hasn't been disproven, they just, talk about the stories that are in the Bible and when they had happened from, the Jews being enslaved in Egypt and some of the other things that are out there, I think is what they're talking about, not necessarily, because you're right, proved or disproved. Faith is just that.
The email did have a tone on that they read the Bible was 100% right, and that they felt bad for the person that they didn't believe in the Bible. That's really what I got from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think what they were trying to say, from the email, and I don't fully remember, but I think they're trying to talk about those kind of like some of the story stuff in there. And I'm sure if you probably sat down, somebody would say, I would debate that on top of it. So.
Oh my gosh. There's so much debate with all religions.
Yes. So has the Bible and any of the stories in it been disproven or not? That is the question. Yeah, because you're right. With faith or not, that's why they call it faith. You got faith. You don't know. Can't prove it. Greg in the 772 said, hello, my people. I am stuck at work late and listening to the Monday morning show. I have an observation. Virginia's Magnolia voice is the same as her grandma voice. It's funny and disturbing. Another thing, y'all were talking about Epcot. We have Disney passes when my kids were young, and Epcot was their absolute favorite park. My ex-wife and I were totally fine that the kids wanted to go to Epcot every afternoon. We were at Disney. Don't underestimate the frozen margaritas in Mexico.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if as soon as the kids get a little bit older, they realize none of the fun rides are in Epcot. Epcot's about learning. It's about learning and booze. That's it.
It's really, yeah.
So enjoy it. If your kids loved going to Epcot, that's heavenly.
Right.
As soon as they get a little bit older, though, they're going to want to go to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom.
Says, love you guys in Derby. Go fuck yourself.
Boom. All day long.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to leave here and go F yourself later?
I mean, I'm sure eventually the moment will happen.
Whatever pops up, Virginia. Jesse said, with Mother's Day coming up, I thought it might be interesting to hear Virginia's take on mom guilt and if she has any thoughts/tips on trying to combat it. I'm a new mom. My baby girl, Finley, is 11 months, and I'm learning how to juggle work and family life. I'd love to hear any moments where she's felt mom guilt and how she copes. This is a growing struggle among moms, especially in the digital social media era. We have so much information coming at us telling us we should be doing a lot of contradictory stuff. We also see other moms and their perfectly curated lives online. We carry that picture-perfect life with us and put so much pressure on ourselves to be the perfect mom, wife, and professional, even though we know that shit ain't real. I love Virginia's #IDGAF attitude, and being a busy mom herself, I would love to get some of her perspective.
I really think it's about balance. If you're a mom that works and the kids are in childcare and you feel guilty about that, that's normal. I mean, so many moms go through that. It's normal to feel that guilt. So then what you can do is balance that out with the one-on-one time with your little one. One-on-one time. Sometimes I'll just say, you know what? F it. I'm not going to do the dishes. I'm not going to do the laundry. I'm going to go take Rocco to go play at the park instead, because we don't spend enough quality time together. And really get in the moment, be in the moment. I struggle with that too, where you're like thinking about all the chores you have to do and thinking about dinner and thinking about this and thinking about that. Release yourself of all that. Pick up some takeout and spend one-on-one time with your kid. You're never going to regret that one-on-one time playing with your kid.
Yeah.
Never.
Unless that kid spills the takeout, that little fucker.
Well, then you spank them.
Gwendolyn B. said, Virginia mentioned an app that informs parents of local stuff to do. I was driving when it was mentioned, but I thought she said Everyday Parent. But when I check for an app by that name, it's a religious app.
No, that's not it.
If I could get the correct name, I would appreciate it.
It's Every Parent. It's just one word, Every Parent. Yeah, and it's local. It's Palm Beach County. So what it has is all kinds of fun places to go and ideas and tips about, through every developmental stage, what the kids are going through. And so you can kind of track it and say, okay, I'm normal. Everybody struggles with this. It kind of makes you feel like, okay, I'm not doing this alone.
Talking about the royal wedding here, Denise said, I just heard your show. You guys were saying that not many people will be into the royal wedding. You also mentioned that people may not be into it and won't be watching it like the other royal weddings. They're estimating over 1 billion people will be watching this one.
So in your face.
Not only is it Princess Diana's beloved Harry and the royals' most eligible bachelor is now off the market, but the controversy of having an American actress, biracial, divorcee, marrying into the Windsor family has caused a stirring all over the world. Oh, I didn't know she was already divorced.
I didn't either.
Huh. How about that?
It is kind of like a fairy tale. Like, if it can happen for her, it can happen for any of us.
Heck yeah, right?
We can be a princess.
Just for some reason, just don't give a flying fuck about this wedding.
Well, you don't have boobs. Yeah, I think
But I was talking to other girls over the weekend saying the same shit. That I could give a fuck about that wedding.
And they have boobs?
They had boobs.
Did you touch them?
I did not touch the boobs.
Oh.
Sadly, many Brits are in an uproar based on what I'm reading, including horrific comments online. Meghan and Harry were sent a white powder to their cottage with a threatening letter. A lot of times Virginia would see that as a blessing.
If somebody sends you white powder...
Yeah, don't be necessarily initially upset.
It could be free cocaine.
Well, I thank you very much. What a lovely wedding gift.
Yeah, that's not alarming at all. Yeah, I just sent you some cocaine in the mail.
Mm-hmm. The powder was bogus, which is good. She's gone through kidnap training with their security and military to prepare her for anything. That, I think, is standard, though, from a story I was reading.
They all have to get trained big time.
Mm-hmm. She's now the most fashionable woman in the world. Everything she wears sells out in hours. It's insane.
She's gorgeous, too. She really is stunning to look at. And he is, too. I mean, nobody in that family looks good except him. But he's a good-looking kid.
Harry?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Harry's the hotness.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Strapping man. Her wedding dress is $135,000.
I saw a picture of it. It's very elegant, very formal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love the way it's designed, especially the...
You put yourself to sleep.
I know many Americans who are setting their alarms to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch this wedding, and I don't think it's just my circle of friends. There will be over 20 TV specials days before the wedding. You should check it out.
Yeah, they're already talking about it big time. It's already all the shows, extra, everything there. It's just build up for a fabulous wedding. If you like weddings, this one's going to be one of the best ever, I think.
I can't wait.
It is the 19th of May coming up. I remember when I was a kid, my mom woke me up for his mom's wedding.
For
I was
Princess
just a little
Diana's,
kid,
yeah.
yeah.
Hell no.
Oh, I was like, oh, what? Yeah, I was just, she wouldn't let me sleep. I'm like, I just want to sleep, Mom. She like kept nudging me. Are you gonna watch this? I'm like, oh.
Why, Mom? Why do I have to watch this?
That's kind of borderline child abuse.
Yeah, boy, I thought it was totally child abuse.
Was she trying to make
Like,
you?
I just want to sleep.
No, that shit wouldn't fly in the Pennington house, or the kids would revolt.
She so desperately wanted me cultured. Yeah, that was around the era. I think we then went to. I think we went to London there, and soon after, and so it was all about like I must be cultured. So
That's how we felt when we went to Orlando for the first time.
yes,
Like, I'm going to Orlando.
Orlando.
We're such travelers.
Oh, it's so cultured in Orlando.
Well, when you're not allowed out into the front yard, going to Orlando, pretty big at
pretty
age
big
11.
deal. Yeah, pretty big deal. Says I just want to comment on the whole friends with benefits thing. It can work. You just have to be honest. That's all you want. I'm newly divorced with 3 kids, and I've had a thing with a coworker for the last year. He's only 28. I'm 37. And he's always flirted with me, but I was married. Once we were separated due to his cheating, I finally took him up on a date, and I was honest and told him I'm not looking for a boyfriend, but I have needs, and the attraction was there. So when it came to hooking up, I told him I'm only in it for sex. He was fine with it, and it was amazing. We spend nights together and breakfast dinners, all that, but we also go a week without talking. I'm busy as he is working full-time and going to college, and I'm a single mom. But he often stops by my office, and we'll chat for a few, and then boom, I'm there later for the night. It works because we're honest about what we want. No expectations, no questions. I think about a relationship with him, but with him being single, with no kids, and so young, I just don't think he's what I'm looking for in a forever partner. But he's the perfect friends with benefits.
Well,
Wait till one of those starts sleeping with somebody else and mixing that into there, and let's see how flexible everyone's thinking is after that.
Yeah.
yeah. Is it early still? Did she say how long they've been
She
doing?
like
said
you
it
said,
was
a year.
for a while.
Yeah, like a year.
Okay, it's
Look,
a pretty long time to everybody still be cool.
no one's saying 100% every situation is going to end in disaster. When it comes to friends with benefit, only 99.9 ended in disaster.
Everything was cool with that girl that we talked to until another option came into the picture.
That's what everything's cool if you think you're the only person that person's sleeping with. Throw somebody else in the mix. Let's see how cool everybody is.
That's a test it really needs.
course.
You can tell yourself, be like, yeah, no, I'd be fine with it. But yeah.
And a lot of times they're not telling you that they're sleeping with somebody else.
Ashley said, hey, can you help me find this man? Last week, I was on a plane. We talked most of the plane ride, and when we landed, we walked together to the exit. When we said goodbye, he hugged me. We never exchanged names or numbers, and I think we both regret it.
Oh.
I do, at least. I feel like we really hit it off. I've been searching for him for a week now, and I'm about to give up. I was wondering if you guys could help before I do. Maybe mention something on the show. Maybe he'll hear it. Maybe somebody will get back to him. Maybe he'll know. All I know about him is that he is 25, works as a personal trainer at a country club in Boca Raton, and lives in Fort Lauderdale. So there you go.
I wonder what flight they were on. That's going to help a lot.
Yeah, I assume it's probably into Lauderdale. But yeah, exactly where you're coming from, Ashley.
Where? Yeah.
That might help us. Let
Give
us know.
us, yeah, give us some more details. What airline? What flight? What time that was?
I'll definitely try to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Michael said, has anyone said something that has stuck in your brain every day since they said it? I met my fiance in Tennessee 10 years ago. She was from Europe and returned home to get her master's degree. When she came back the next summer and our relationship became comfortable, she put this tidbit in my head. I went to the bathroom, and when I returned, she asked if I shook it well. And puzzled, I asked what she meant. She said, back home, there's a saying about guys using the bathroom. The last drop belongs to the underwear. Ever since that moment, I have never gone to the bathroom without thinking and giving one more shake for precaution's sake. One little saying has been like a knife in my brain all these years. Has anyone else had something like this happen? That's Michael from Port Orange. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't like it when it drips in your underwear. You try to shake that thing loose. I hate when you have a little extra pee.
As you get older, do you get more drippy? I've heard guys say that.
Not yet. everything's good so far.
I don't think so. I think I dripped the most as much as I ever did. But yeah, I try to do it. My only problem is sometimes, I'm rushing around too much, and it's like, I got a clock ticking, so it's like you're like, ah.
Yeah, sometimes what I'll try to do is I'll try to time out my food in the microwave and then go pee. And for some reason, if the microwave beats my pee, I feel like I have to rush and speed
It's
up.
a weird game, yeah.
It is a weird game.
Mm-hmm. This email said, "Hey guys, just trying to let you know that I love you and the show. I've been listening to you since I was in 7th grade. I'm 31 now. Are you guys planning an event to the Treasure Coast anytime soon? I would love to see you up here." That's from Amelia.
We're in the works of doing trying to get a snack pack reunion going on, and we're going to head north.
I love it.
That's what I'm doing on my personal end, trying to get up to the Treasure Coast and the Pizzle.
Well, I'm going to tag along with that party, so I'll be with him.
It's kind of hard trying to find a place to play up there because I don't know anything up there, and a lot of times the suggestions are, no offense, kind of shitholes.
Yeah, we can definitely look into that as soon as
We need a nice place that's big with a stage.
Because that's the other thing. They'll have a place and they go, but you just got to bring your own stage.
No.
Yeah.
It's got to have a stage. We can't be building no stage.
I think I got a couple leads. You, the moment you got the green light, give it to me, and I'll we'll make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll lock
the
that
boys
down.
are eager to tear it up. The snack pack's all married up
Did you
now.
sign the original members?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Nice.
Not gonna have some kind of like a weird thing like Kiss did, where they sneak a different guy in there and just put different makeup on him.
Put a fake klepto out there.
Instead of Twigs, it's Riggs. You're
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
It's
Or
Kevin.
Sig.
It's Kevin.
Wait a minute. What?
That's Riggs, not Twigs.
Yeah.
No, we'll have the OG snack pack out there.
Okay, that's big.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Carol Min said, "Hey, really enjoyed this past week of shows. There's so many great moments from Ann calling out Virginia with the pink eye, the drunk girl trivia with Tiffany, and the new Pitbull song, Move to Miami." I know you guys are getting negative comments every now and then, but I do recognize and appreciate all the amount of work that you put into the show. So thank you.
Aw.
Very nice. Very nice of you to say. So there you go. Appreciate all the emails. You got something going on you want to drop in on us, you can mail at kvjshow.com. That's mail at kvjshow.com. We'd love to get that on for you. You guys have a great Monday. We will talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.